Hello, this is Sebastian from QAconsole.com, and this is a short video how to integrate our product and Cypress.io. Cypress.io is a new and exciting end-to-end test automation framework, and QAconsole is a comprehensive tool that combines test case management, test automation results, bugs management, and regression management. Okay, at this point I assume that you already have your instance of QAconsole available. If not, please register and we will send you details with your new instance. In this case, it's tutorials.qaconsole.io and login details will be included in this video. So what we want to do in the beginning is to follow Cypress installation. As you can see, you have all the requirements, and of course it assumes that you already have Node.js and npm installed, so we'll just follow their instructions. But first we have our folder ready, and we want to initiate our new project, and let's follow as well installation process. So in my case I already installed it, so it should be very short. Okay, perfect. And what we want to do is open the tests, because in the beginning it will generate sample tests, and we want to get access to it because we don't want to create them from scratch. Okay, this should open Cypress UI. Perfect, and it added these examples. Maybe we can run one test. Okay, all three passed. Perfect. Now so this is UI, but if we want to run in headless mode, let's just run the same test. As you can see, we put run instead of open, and we define which spec we want, because we don't want to run all of them. Okay, should also define which browser, but okay, it doesn't matter. 2 seconds and all three tests are okay. Now maybe let's open this test as well so it's visible. Okay, if you want to fail one of the tests, okay, perfect. One failed, two passed. Okay, let's move on. And so this is just running locally. But now we want to make sure that we send our test automation results to our instance of to QAconsole. In this case, we install additional reporter, which is called Cypress QAconsole reporter. Okay. And in order to run our test and to send results, we follow this example from here, which we define reporter. There might be multiple reporters, and this one has options for our in our case QAconsole reporter, which is project name, environment, which environment we're using, URL to our QAconsole, and API key. So I prepared so as you can see, we're running the same spec and with our reporter that we just installed and the same options that will point to this instance. And yes, we named our project Cypress. Let's name it Cypress Tutorials tutorial. Okay. Okay, now let's go to QAconsole and perfect, our test arrived and with one failed test and two passed. So what is new right now, as you can see, we added Cypress tutorial project, which doesn't exist in our in QAconsole. Before you had to copy it and go to settings and add, but right now it gives you also opportunity to click this add button and it should be added to the system, meaning it will be visible and it will be calculated into for example trending, right? We have one test failed which reduced our score for this particular environment. And we define actually what we want to see in our dashboards. So in this case, environment dashboards, this appeared after adding, it wouldn't be visible before, okay? And this is details of our last test. We want to keep it 2 out of 3. Yeah, so this is how you send results to QAconsole. Now, what we want to do, as in previous tutorials, we want to create new test case. We only have one, okay, one module and one submodule. This is our new test case ID that was generated, and let's say that our update environment will be local. Doesn't matter at this point. And tutorial Cypress 1, 2. We created this test case. So it's on the list right now. As you can see, it was never run. So what you can do right now is to associate your test automation result with the test case that we just created. So QAconsole is also a platform between, for example, manual tester that creates manual tests, and test automation engineer who takes this test, gets its ID, and develops the test automation with ID as a relation. Okay, let's save this and let's run this again. We'll send results to QAconsole with our new ID. Okay, perfect. Now let's go back to QAconsole and verify that our test case has been updated. So as you can see, our new status is passed. Automation executed it, and based on this test case ID. So whenever manual test turns into automated test, and whenever there is this test case ID in test automation name or title, it will automatically update this test case status. What we also can do right now is, for example, we have our regression suite, and some of the tests are not automated. This is manual test. If we move also so this is the list of test cases to execute during our regression that just started or is in progress. As we can add it here as well to one of our tests. Additional ID. Okay, let's execute this again. Let's run our test automation with new ID. And after run, we'll verify our regression list. Okay, should be good. Let's refresh this page. Okay, so nothing happened. Nothing happened. We added our ID. Now, update environment is set to stage. Let's set it to local, so it only will update when update environment matches the one that we're executing. Okay, because this one was executed manually. Now we added this test case ID to our test. Now let's run it again. Okay, let's move back to our regression. So now our update environment is local, and regression list shouldn't have this test, and as you can see, now it's executed. So test automation executed this test based on this update environment local, because maybe we want to run different tests on different environments, and then they will all contribute to the whole regression test suite. Okay, thank you for watching, and if you have any comments or any issues, please let us know. And also, if you don't have your instance of QAconsole, please register. Thank you. This was Sebastian. Thank you. Bye bye.